One time, I tithed to a waitress in a coffee shop. This particular day, I was kind of feeling sorry for myself, and I'd forgotten who I am, and this wonderful waitress came over, and she patted me on the shoulder, poured me some coffee, and she said something profound. Well, about the third time she did that, the light went on. Oh, yeah, I got it. God has brought me this far. God will take me the rest of the way. I called her back over. I said, look, honey, what you said just now was so powerful to me, and I am so grateful. And my belief system is that I must tithe where I've been fed spiritual food, and you really fed me a rich banquet of spiritual food just now. And so I want to give you this. This is my tithe to you. It was a tithe on some money that had just come in that I hadn't tithed on yet. Oh, my God. Big tears came in her eyes. She says, oh, honey, I couldn't take that. I said, you must. You cannot rob me of my blessing. I must give this to you. What I got to find out about this woman that I don't think I would have known otherwise is 6 months out of every year, this woman serves the world as a waitress because she wants to. The other 6 months out of every year, she is a yoga master and lives in an ashram. And she taught me some very powerful truth. And I got to teach her about tithing, so now she lives in a fancy ashram. So I began to tithe. The first 3 months that I tithed, nothing much happened. Somehow we did eat. They didn't turn off my electricity. I did a lot of affirmations, such as creditors can't eat me. Creditors can't eat me. At the end of 3 months, my income was doubled. At the end of 6 months, my income had tripled. Well, I wasn't going to stop there. That's all the time frame I had given God, but I could tell something was happening here. At the end of my first year of tithing, this was about 45 years ago or so, at the end of my first year, I was receiving over $100,000 a year. Now, folks, 45 years ago, that was a whole lot more money than it is right now. I had 2 of my own businesses. I didn't know how to do business. God and I opened these businesses on a shoestring, and they were very successful. My first business I opened with a $2.75 classified ad, and my phone rang off the wall. It was amazing. I had a brand new home in the fanciest part of town. I had a brand new white Cadillac convertible, completely paid for. Oh, beautiful car. Love that car. I had a $14,000 diamond ring, and I lived at the level that if I wanted to go to New York tonight for dinner in the theater, I could do that as easily as I used to go to 7-Eleven. Now, I know tithing works, but please hear me, it's not the whole law. There are 3 other laws that we must come into alignment with, but we must tithe. It is not optional. You're going to begin tithing today if you're not a tither, or you're going to be tithing somewhere along the line. See, what comes up for many people, including myself, was fear. Fear that there wouldn't be enough. A deep-seated belief in lack. And if you have a belief in lack, guess what your life is going to demonstrate for you? You're going to be in lack. And if you think you can get by without making God as your source, see, the purpose of the tithe is for you and I to acknowledge that we know that God is our source. God is my source. Say it with me. God is my source. See how easy that is to say? But that requires an action in order to prove that you know that God is your source to yourself. Then your job is to return 1/10 of all back where you've been fed spiritually, and then watch with wonder as seeming miracles begin to happen in your life and bring into manifestation things that you only dreamed about. And it's never too late to start. You're right at the right point to begin and watch the dreams that you have come true. Now,